Hello. Well, what am I doing? It is getting close to Christmas, and I like to make things when I have time, and I had an idea for my soon-to-be daughter-in-law. She came over for Thanksgiving and she brought the green bean casserole, and she was carrying her 9x13 in just with a towel, a dish towel. And I thought, you know what? I could make her a really cute cozy to hold that 9x13 in when it's hot. So I've never done that before, but I think I can figure it out. And I thought that I would just turn the camera on and we could chit chat a little bit for a while. Maybe you get to see the finished project. So I found this in my stash, this cute little material with acorns and leaves, and it's sort of modern. You know, she's a young lady, so she's not gonna like certain things. So I thought I would pair it with this fabric. I don't really think I care if it's reversible. We'll put this on the inside and this on the outside. And then if I have enough batting, we'll see. It's kind of an ordeal to sew anything anymore, just because I don't know about you, but my sewing stuff is all over my house. It is literally in the basement, under my bed, in the guest bedroom. It's everywhere, and you don't want to get rid of it, right? I probably had this fabric for 3 or 4 years, but I buy cute stuff when I see it because I know I can make something out of it. So anyway, I thought, like I said, I'd just invite you along and maybe talk a little bit about me and some of my future plans. Maybe I do this just half and then fold it in half and cut it. That could work. I'm doing this wrong. Let's see. If you hear water running, that is because the room that I work in is right under a bathroom. So I have to sometimes wait for the water to quit running if somebody's in the bathroom upstairs before I film or pause or whatever. So anyway, I've been giving a lot of thought to a second channel. And when I brought this up to my husband, he wanted me to explain why. And I don't think I was ready to explain why yet, so I waited for a little bit, and I really, really thought about it, and I prayed about it. And some of you probably know, between me and my husband, we have 5 children. One is still at home, the other semi at home, and the other 3 are out of the house. One's married, 2 are engaged, and we have 1 grandchild. I can't tell you how many times I get calls or texts from my kids asking me how to do something. That water's not gonna stop, so we're just gonna have to have it in the background. So I kind of want my channel to be for my kids, sort of like a living legacy, where when they want a recipe of mine or they want to know how I do something or clean something, wouldn't it be cool if it was on YouTube? And I know there's stuff already out there like that, but this is really with my kids in mind. So I kind of knew that for a while now, that that's what I wanted to do. So the next thing that happens when you've filmed videos for a while is it's really easy to be a perfectionist. It's really easy to want to create something beautiful where the lighting is perfect. You see so much of that, and it's gorgeous, and I love that kind of stuff. But that's not realistic for me. I have a channel that is very precise. In every detail, I want to make sure I get it spot on. I want something that's more casual, where I don't have an upload schedule, and you guys know I don't own my other channel either. It's just not possible. But just when something is put on my heart to make, I can make it. I don't need to worry about the perfect, lighting, or if everything's clean in the background, or I don't want to, make videos of me walking outside through flowers and fall leaves. There's enough of that. I just want to help my kids and maybe some other people, which that's probably what I do on my sewing machine rehab channel. But this will be different, and I won't be boxed in, and I can just share lots of little things I know, mostly for my kids. So that's what I've been toying with, and I've been waiting to make that first video, and I realized I was catching myself again because, the house isn't clean and the lighting's bad, and I'm done with that. Honestly, I'm done with that. I need to make this gift. I'm going to figure it out, and I thought I would take you along with me for the ride. So first thing, right out of the gates, the grain line is off. What do I want to do? Let me readjust those marks. Kind of had it right the first time. I'm going to mark kind of where the 4 corners are. That's good enough. If any of you are quilters, that's probably driving you crazy, and I'm sorry. Let's see if that's kind of good. Oop, wrong way. Yeah, I like that. I bet somebody in the comments is gonna tell me that they sell a pattern somewhere for this, but this is more fun. So, is that right? Clearly I didn't think this through. Well, it is a new day, a little YouTube magic. I needed to sleep on this, and I needed to get my daughter from work last night, so I decided to stop before I made any major mistakes. I think I have a plan that will work now, and this isn't a lesson on how to make one of these. This is just hanging out. So I wanted to share something else with you guys that it's kind of a news to me, or something along those lines. One of my really, really good friends contacted me along with some other ladies a couple days ago. Will be her great nephew, her nephew's son, so her great nephew was involved in a really bad accident. It involved fire, something around a fire pit, and sadly he has been very badly burned on his face and his hands, and he's young, he's a child. So you can only imagine what the family is going through right now. So we were all talking, you have a text string with some of your besties. We were all talking about ways to help this family, because who is prepared for something like that? No one ever is. And of course, prayer is number one. Never ever rule out or belittle the power of prayer. It's the biggest thing you can do for anyone ever. But beyond that, they're going to need some help. So if you've been following along and you listen to some of my videos, or even on my website, you know that what I do is really a ministry, and most of my funds are donated. I think this year, through Sewing Machine Rehab, my husband and I have donated, I know it's over $6,000. I don't know the exact number. I never thought I would be able to do something like that, and it's all through the work of my hands, and that's humbling. I don't want to talk about that anymore. But anyway, so through Sewing Machine Rehab, we were able to donate to the GoFundMe page. And I just, while I'm sitting here talking with you, I'm going to put a link to that page in my comment section if you guys want to see it. It's not a must. I don't know if anyone during this time of year especially would be able to help this young family, but if you're looking for a place to give, I can tell you this is something that actually did happen very recently. The family has a lot to endure moving forward, and first, if you pray for this family. I know the father is a vet, and he's served in wars in the Middle East. We can't imagine the kinds of things he's seen. And now, he's going to be by his son's side as he heals emotionally and physically through this. So I'll put that down below, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm ready to sew this. I need to cut this other fabric to the same size, and I'm going to mark it the same way. And then I think once I get it all cut out and my batting cut out, we'll pop over to the sewing machine. So I'm gonna get busy. So I have marked everything, and I didn't need to mess with pins. I used my basting spray for that. So now what I'm going to do is all these little lines that I have marked with chalk, which was just faster than using my marking pen, I'm going to sew them all. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. And I am using my Pfaff. I had this before I got into vintage sewing machines, and it's the one machine that I keep set up all the time. So I'm just going to use it and do all of my quilting. And I'm just using a contrasting thread. It's like a ecru color. It kind of matches the light in this fabric. So I have a lot of lines to sew now. I need glasses. Yeah, part of getting old. But anyway, I need to figure out where I want them to start and stop. It has been a while since I have sewed something. One line done. A lot more to go. The yellow chalk was probably a bad choice. Check out what it's done to the foot. I'll have to clean it all off. What do you do with all of your little snipped thread tails? I throw mine on the floor. And my bobbin is low, just like my car on gas right now. Whoop. Why does this always happen on the floor? You can kind of see it's coming along. This will be flipped the other way, but you can see how the stitching is going to run all the way around and then across the bottom. I think it'll look cool. I had to figure out my dart placement, and then after I ran all these threads this way and all the way around, I had to make them all a little bit longer because I wasn't thinking about how the dart would be placed. So I think it's going to be cute. We'll see. Oh, okay. This is the moment of truth. That was an adventure. I know I could have used a pattern, so whatever that goes wrong with this is my fault. And I have to say, I enjoyed doing this today so much. It took me way longer than I thought it would. Oh, and I'm using a knitting needle to turn my project out. Isn't it nice to be able to work with your hands? You know, we aren't the original creator, but he gave us an ability to create. And I think that's, you know, another thing with what I do on Sewing Machine Rehab and why I share or donate so much of the profits to charity, because I know I'm blessed to be able to do this. I know I'm blessed to be able to sew, fix the machines. I'm using my hands, I'm using my eyes, all these things that we should never ever take for granted. And it made me think a lot while I was working about this young boy who's going to be dealing with so much of a recovery from being burned. You know, we just don't know what's going to happen. So we just don't know how much time we're given. And I have so many things that I want to share. And I just feel like it's a good way to get that done. So even if one day I am gone, my kids will have these things that they can go back and look at if they want to. I'm not saying that they want to, but I'm doing it out of love. I don't know. It had a lot of shrinkage on the sides. I think I will go back to the drawing board and start with a pattern, swallow my pride. I had fun doing this, and I hope that you guys had fun following along. Don't laugh at me. Leave your kind, helpful tips in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you on my next adventure, which is probably going to be in the kitchen. If I can't fix this, I'll keep it for myself and I'll make her a new one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.